Decorative concrete. Sounds a little heavy? Don't worry, because there's a deck on display. This concrete is twice as light as regular concrete and allows you to make panels like this for which you don't need to rebuild the floor of your house. There are many sizes. How do you like panels with a length of 7 feet? By the way, they are easy to cut, and you can plant them on nails. The panel is made in several colors so that the result of the repair will not necessarily look like a bunker. Moreover, the developers have laid out 3D textures, which can be used to show the client what the end result will be. And since the standard thickness of the panels is 1/2 inch, they do not steal a lot of space and are suitable for small apartments. The classic Merfer reinforcement mesh is sold in sections of 9 and a bit feet. It is compact and easy to carry, but often the length is not long enough, which means that the mesh has to be overlapped. A large number of such connections is not a very pleasant solution. That's why Merfer developers sat down, thought about it, and then produced a net in rolls of 98 feet. It is logically named Merfer Compact and is made of stainless steel in 2 versions at once. The Compact Y mesh is suitable for interior work, while Compact 1 is ideal for external walls, facades, and paving in damp conditions. Subscribe to the channel to get more interesting videos, and we move on to the next review. While the outside is dealing with siding, the inside is getting new rooms. Here are a few solutions to the theme of modular partition walls at once. The first one is called Madam Wall. These are blocks that make you want to compare them to Legos. Forget about fasteners, glue, and even a remodeling permit. True, the height of Madam Wall is limited to 5 feet. On the other hand, it looks even more interesting. But if you want to cover the space from floor to ceiling, the second solution, called Junu, will help. Not only is it assembled 7 times faster than its analogs, but it also protects from noise by 30% better. The assembly of Junu is reminiscent of a jigsaw puzzle, and like Madam Wall, it is quite realistic to manage it alone. Nif Nif built a straw house so strong that the wolf left with nothing, and the piglet started his own business and started selling eco-cocon blocks. Almost all of this is fiction, except for the eco-cocon blocks, which are quite real and even considered an innovation. Although it would seem straw, wood, and membrane, what's so special? The whole trick is in the patented laying technology. Compression of straw reaches 265 pounds per cubic meter, and the standard thickness of the block is 15 inches. From such material, you can build not only Nif Nif's house, but also a building up to 6 stories high. And you can enjoy protection from wolves and a healthy microclimate all year round. Isol Cupolex is an interesting and patented floor pumping option. The scheme is as follows. First, polymer formwork modules are laid and then the concrete is poured. The result? Floors with excellent ventilation, which allow you to lay cables, pipes, and everything without interference. In addition, it is easy to reach new heights in the process. The second floor can be as much as 8 feet higher than the first one. Installation of Isol Cupolex is quite fast. A team of 2 people can work at a speed of 706 cubic feet per hour. In addition, such floors are not a bad solution if the final weight of the structure is extremely important, since aerated concrete can also be used. See-Through XS is a handheld GPR scanner. It is used to find voids in concrete, cables, rebar, plastic steel pipes, and mesh. In general, any object. Agreed, it would be sad if a worker accidentally drilled through a water pipe. See-Through XS has the smallest and lightest antenna on the market, and it weighs only 1 pound. However, the device not only scans to a depth of up to a meter, but also displays data on a tablet. It is easy to understand them. The proprietary program will draw a 3D visual in real time, and at a meeting with the customer, it will not be superfluous to have a detailed report on scanning, in which it is easy to throw pictures, sketches, and tables. It's scary to think how much siding has gone through our releases, but Cedar Impressions still stands out. This siding is painted using an innovative process, so it has an uneven color, just like real wood. But that's not all. Thanks to improved paint blends, the developers have achieved an excellent imitation of old wood. It looks as if the house is many years old, and the panels have naturally changed color. There are several sizes. For example, for small private houses, the panels are perfect for 6 feet. The final bonus is a lifetime limited warranty. The new construction universe is here. GMC Solutions is at the center of it. It makes modules like this for building extensions, from a bedroom in a private home to a hotel extension. There are tons of scenarios. The interior and exterior is the customer's choice. They produce the modules pretty quickly in about a couple weeks. Interestingly, the price includes 2 layers of insulation at once. The first is classic mineral wool, and the second is YBS Superquill. It uses foil, so the heat loss drops by 83%. When the module arrives on site, it is installed so quickly that it can be connected to the power grid on the same day. And this method of building expansion generates on average 83% less waste than classical methods. These builders are using a solution from Pecos. The hollow sections are being installed right now. As standard, they make it possible to make reinforced concrete columns up to 39 feet high. The sections arrive at the site fully prefabricated. They are made of steel, so they are ready for reasonable loads even before concreting. If necessary, the columns are compatible with delta beam composite beams. Their great advantage is that they can be welded and bolted together, and special spacers allow perfect height adjustment. The void in your heart can be filled with love, and the void in your walls with Optima insulation. The basic version is a combination of special fabric and fiberglass. Many sellers write that you will not find anything better. This insulation does not burn, does not absorb moisture, does not corrode, and does not settle, and in terms of efficiency overtakes analogs with felt in 68%. Who wouldn't want to save money on heating and cooling? In addition, the room will not only be at a comfortable temperature, but also quiet. Depending on the thickness of the insulation, the sound propagation index will additionally gain from 4 to 10 points. In some cases, this is enough to completely drown out normal conversations. This Manhattan car dealership no longer suffers from snow on the roof. Thank you to the craftsmen who installed Mr. Peck's systems. Their work is worthy of respect. After all, just the tubes in this system are about 6 miles. They circulate a water glycol solution. It heats the roof and melts the snow and ice. You can trust the computer to control it. It will monitor the precipitation and the temperature of the roof itself. And to heat the solution, the recovery systems of local heating plants will be useful. By the way, last year the US covered the record snowfalls. California received more than 39 feet of snow. I wonder how Mr. Peck's system sales are in this state. AIS insulation is so cool. Even the Japanese bought it. They're the ones who know a thing or two about modern technology. If they decided to add such insulation to a floating oil production, storage, and offloading unit, it was worth it. What makes AIS so good? It reduces energy losses in boilers and other equipment by 95%. That's 3 times more efficient than many of its peers. And AIS insulation is 70% faster to install. Moreover, the company has created a program that allows you to evaluate energy consumption and CO2 emissions. Yes, with such a list of advantages, the choice of the Japanese is absolutely understandable. Stone-strong blocks are designed to last a lifetime, the developers write. It is curious how they checked this. Customers are offered to build retaining walls from the blocks. In the version, Stone Strong has only 2 for 6 and 23 square feet. The weight is 1,600 and 6,000 pounds, respectively. Gravel is suitable for filling. If there is no gravel, earth will do. It is stated that if the wall is built without ground anchors and geogrid, in the case of Stone Strong, it can be made higher than from competitors' blocks. And Stone Strong is recommended for everything from anchoring banks to widening of roadways. From a guard booth to a dormitory, these huts are good for a variety of scenarios. For example, in Germany, a containerized version of Carmat was used to receive coronavirus tests. Quite often, developers choose classic 20 and 40-foot seat containers as a starting point. However, more advanced versions are also popular. For example, the company K-Home has developed such compact houses that a 20-foot seat container holds parts for 11 pieces at once. And the company Sanwa Prefab Technology puts sandwich panels in its quick-build houses, so it takes only a day to assemble. Parry-up cladding are shields for scaffolding. They work both ways. Workers do not suffer from sun, wind, and precipitation, while passers-by get less noise, dust, and dangerous falling things like fasteners. In addition, the panels do not support burning and theft because the developers have provided door modules. Combined with a special tarpaulin, the panels turn into a huge advertising banner. Speaking of which, the same company also sells scaffolding, a practical approach to business. From a simple paint job to a complex restoration, there's no place zip wall dust barrier won't come in handy. This system installs in minutes without ladders and protects against construction dust. One of the system's trump cards is its versatility. At the object, high ceilings are not a problem. You can take the racks, which will extend to 20 feet. Not enough workers? No problem. In many cases, for the installation of the system will be enough in one. The customer is in favor of ecology. In dust barrier instead of plastic film can be used reusable fabric curtains. In addition to all of the above, the system is quite compact. 4 barriers stand up to 10 feet high and 30 feet wide together, with the bag weighing 9 pounds. The final chord of the release will sound deafening because a variation of a retaining wall made from bags of cement is next. It is not so simple. One such bag can easily weigh about 110 pounds. If you have no equipment or friends, it will be sad. But at least there are plenty of instructions on wall construction in the network. One of them emphasizes the stage of hardening. You will have to wait up to 2 days. The master on the video decided to act for sure. His bags cure for the whole winter. I wonder if he will remove the packaging or wait for nature to deal with it again. New Dura ICF forms. The following technology, which we are demonstrating, can help speed up the construction process and at the same time reduce costs on the construction site. Developed and patented in the 1960s, it is gaining popularity every year, all because the houses built with its help demonstrate increased energy efficiency, on average 30–70% better than standard houses. The advantages, however, do not end there. The secret lies in the use of special fixed formwork. It is assembled from individual elements, again on the principle of the constructor. Each element is 2 panels of polystyrene foam, connected to each other by a reinforcing frame and universal screed. First of all, the choice in favor of this technology speeds up construction work. Installation of polystyrene foam molds takes less time and effort as the material is much lighter than wood, which are usually used to make such molds. Further, the construction process is reduced by 1 step. Workers are spared the need to remove the formwork after the concrete mortar has dried up. Finally, since the formwork remains in the wall, it does not need to be disposed of, reducing the amount of debris left behind after construction. The use of permanent formwork has a positive effect on the performance of the walls. Styrofoam protects the bearing elements of the building from the environment, increases heat insulation. The construction itself is as strong and airtight as traditional wooden construction. Brick-a-wood. It took about 3 years and about $400,000 to research the development of this project. Today, Brick-a-wood is an environmentally friendly and cost-effective French construction technology that allows you to build a small house in just a few days. The idea is to assemble the building like a Lego constructor, except that instead of plastic bricks in this case, wooden blocks are used. The construction process is divided into several simple stages. First, of course, there is the device of the foundation. Next, the builders assemble the house as a constructor wall by wall. Along the way, door and window openings are installed. By the way, the size of building blocks is different and depends on the area of the erected building. If necessary, the cavities inside the walls are filled with heat-insulating material. For horizontal fastening, a system of grooves is used, which is equipped with each element. Vertical fastening is performed by means of spikes which are inserted into the holes. This is how they fasten every 2 rows of blocks together. The unique combination of 4 different elements eventually gives the construction mechanical rigidity. Note that all the walls from floor to ceiling are erected without the use of glue, nails, and other third-party fasteners. And although the technology may seem dubious to some, the finished walls demonstrate impressive performance characteristics. Wood is resistant to rot, provides warm sound insulation, and does not need additional finishing facing. The manufacturer claims that the blocks used are made of 100% recycled wood. Gablock. The Belgian company Gablock offers a similar but still slightly different construction methodology. Instead of the usual building materials, special blocks are used here. Their frame is assembled from chipboard-oriented boards. Inside, the developers placed insulation in the form of extruded polystyrene foam with the addition of carbon. In the process of erecting the house, the blocks are stacked on top of each other like a constructor. Fastening occurs thanks to the realized system of grooves and studs. In fact, the blocks are inserted into each other, firmly fixing the position by their own weight. If you want the rooms to suffer less from drafts, the gaps are sealed with special glue foam. In general, no other connecting elements are needed. Only in the corners are vertical blocks installed to make them more stable. It is noteworthy that the gablock system allows you to build a variety of structures. It is convenient to do this due to the variability of blocks. In total, there are more than 8 elements available for orders. The finished walls have good insulation characteristics and fully comply with the requirements of the International Directive on Energy Efficiency of Buildings. Construction with gablock blocks is not only faster, but also easier. The weight of the smallest element is 16 pounds. That is many times less than the weight of a concrete block of the same size. And the manufacturer also took care of the presence of technical channels for a simpler and faster device for plumbing of the electrical system. Perhaps the only disadvantage of the material is the necessary drawing up of a very clear construction plan. The size of each wall is taken into account in order to pick up the exact number of those or other necessary blocks. Construction's 3D. Sometimes, however, it takes no effort at all to build a structure really fast. This happens, as in our next case, when a 3D printing robot is brought to the site. The technique is something like an excavator, except that at the end of the movable arm, there is an extruder. It squeezes out a special cement mixture and so, layer by layer, forms the walls of the building. Human participation in the described process is minimized. It is only necessary to replenish the printer's tank with fresh mortar in time. The work of technology, as well as construction processes, are entirely and completely controlled by a single application. The video shows the first building in France created using 3D printing. It is a pavilion of 770 square feet, which took only 4 days to build. It consists of 4 walls. Each is 8 feet high and 16 feet long. The developers claim that the construction method shown is an important step in the fight against climate change. There is less machinery working on the construction site. Consequently, less energy fuel is consumed and the level of harmful emissions into the atmosphere is reduced. In addition, in the future, the widespread use of 3D printing for building houses will reduce their cost and make housing more affordable. Thermosteel Rev Panel System. The last innovative construction technology we will talk about involves the use of special composite panels. The American company Thermosteel offers an entire system of exterior and interior walls, floor, and ceiling slabs. Each insulated panel structure is a steel frame that encases a core of expanded polystyrene foam. It is characterized by strength in the same way as a concrete panel. However, it is lighter in weight and demonstrates improved energy efficiency. The advantages of Rev Panel are obvious. Workers spend less effort during construction and can demonstrate increased productivity. The size of the work crew required to erect the structure is reduced. On average, choosing Thermosteel products can reduce labor costs by 50%. And when the building is put into operation, it can reduce energy consumption for heating by 75%. The panels are delivered to the site ready for installation. Window and door openings are cut out in advance, still in the production shop. The manufacturer calls them 4-in-1 panels, as they provide heat and sound insulation, vapor barrier, and cladding. In addition, the panels provide structural and structural strength. You can safely erect a building up to 8 stories high without worrying about additional reinforcement. Thanks for watching. We've explored some incredible innovations in construction technology today. From the energy-saving insulating forms and sustainable wooden block construction to the versatile interlocking blocks, rapid 3D printing, and high-performance composite panels, these advancements are set to redefine how we build. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more insights into the latest trends and technologies in construction. Let us know in the comments which technology impressed you the most. Until next time, keep building smart. Tolson offers to evaluate a new product, Cordless screwdriver model 79005. The possibilities are quite good. 2000 mAh battery, backlight, reverse. And torque adjustment up to 10 inch-pounds is present, and it can be realized with one finger. According to the good tradition of such tools in the set, there are Rosset bit, H3, PZ2, T10, what only there are not, and for convenience they are marked with colored rings. Enerpac waves to us from the future of cordless tools and brings us the SC series hydraulic pumps from there. The SC 1201 MB model pleases with a maximum working pressure of 10,000 psi, a motor of about 1 horsepower, and a weight of about 20 pounds. Buyers' wallets should also open thanks to a 54-volt battery and the Enerpac Connect app, which collects documentation, instructional videos, and maintenance reminders. The pump costs $4,700. The Xesto ZW 4170D may not have the most impressive name, but it can carry loads of up to 370 pounds up and down stairs, move at a speed of up to 34 steps per minute, and travel up to 130 floors on a single charge. The cart is about as noisy as a vacuum cleaner at 70 decibels, and the wheels are equipped with shock-proof pneumatic tires. Not a bad set of benefits, especially since it's discounted to about $500. In the movie Asterix and Obelix Mission Cleopatra, the builder Numerobus measured the site for the future palace with steps and at some point lost his way. He would clearly need a curvometer, or simply put, a measuring wheel. Let's take a look at the Crescent Lufkin models. They have analog meters calibrated by the wheel. You can buy such a curvometer starting at $29. If you're watching this issue of Standing, you might want to sit down. The price of this scanner is coming up. Are you ready? $34,800. You could buy a used Tesla 3. What kind of scanner is this? It's called the Artec Leo, and it's the world's first wireless 3D modeler powered by artificial intelligence algorithms. Artec Leo captures an area of up to 160,000 cubic inches, works at speeds of up to 80 frames per second, and thanks to Artec Studio software, allows you to combine the scan and photos from other cameras to get an incredibly realistic 3D model. The Rigid K912 is the most compact pipe cleaning system from FlexShaft. It weighs 10 pounds and is very versatile because it is compatible with any cordless drill, capable of 1,800 to 2,500 revolutions per minute. The cable is also successful. With a length of 30 feet, its diameter is 1/4 inch, so it is flexible enough for maneuvering in the area of the knees, but at the same time effective in pipes with a diameter of up to 2 inches. The system costs $230. The fastening universe has also found something interesting. This is Fisher Duotech, the so-called self-aligning dowels. They appeared on the market quite a long time ago, but they still help craftsmen all over the world. The fasteners are made of fiberglass reinforced plastic and stainless steel. Its main feature is a ribbed strip, as if it were a knot. In addition, these dowels are perfectly combined not only with screws but also with inch screws and studs. And the small size allows for installation with a 3/8 inch drill bit standard. A set of 50 dowels 3/8 by 2 inches will cost $76. For $30, you'll find something useful too, like the Viper vacuum scraper, a scraper that makes it easy to use your construction vacuum cleaner. Dust, sawdust, debris, and dirt don't get blown around. What's more, with the Viper vacuum scraper, you can scrape away layers of paint, plaster, and other materials up to 1/4 inch thick. The scraper is also fiberglass reinforced and suitable for wet cleaning. Have you seen butterfly knives? A similar design is realized in this folding chisel. The rest of the screen shows a classic woodworking tool. Like its conventional counterparts, it can be sharpened. The width of the cutting part is 1 inch, the handle is plastic, and the price, of course, is slightly higher than its standard counterparts, $16. What do you think? An entertaining gift for a stellar. This octopus-like system is designed especially for car enthusiasts. It can be used as a microphone and camera holder or as an extra hand when working on a workbench or under the hood. Magnetic elements of the system will hold parts, tools, and other things weighing up to a kilogram. The special lamps shine for up to 8.5 hours on a single charge. And thanks to this optimization, the master will be able to work 37% faster. Price the system at $150 for the basic set. Another curious upgrade for the drill. This time we are offered to turn it into a saber saw. Just spend $75 on this unit and you can enjoy working, including on metal. The kit comes with blades with lengths of 5.3 inches, 5.7 inches, and 5.9 inches. It is stated that the upgrade is suitable for most electric drills. But judging by the comments of buyers, it feels pretty good, even on screwdrivers. The Cobalt WE64 is a sharpening system from Wicked Edge. It is quite compact, only 9 inches in length. However, it is on par with larger models in terms of results. It comes with 2 diamond-coated sharpening stones of 200 and 600 grit. They are mounted in guide rods with an adjustable angle. It is always visible thanks to the arrow slider. Additionally, the Cobalt WE64 is compatible with adapters that allow you to sharpen scissors and chisels. The system costs $706. The new cordless torque wrench from Enerpac combines an impressive torque of up to 6,000 FTLBs, with an accuracy of plus or minus 5% over the entire operating range and a portable battery-powered design. By the way, the kit comes with 2 5.5A units. The tool also features an LED display, and the torque setting is carried out at the touch of a button. For all these advantages, you will have to pay about $7,800. Meanwhile, the Wuta team is selling a leather cutting machine. It is a professional model with pressure built up to 1.5 tons. It is quite enough to cut workpieces with a thickness of 0.6 inches. The machine is also suitable for working with rubber, plastic, fabric, and other materials, significantly expanding the possibilities for the master. It does not take up much space either, measuring 15 by 12 inches. The price of the machine is $668. Sometimes it's best to follow a template, and it's a good thing if the template is from Bloom. The company also deals with conductors and offers a set in a handy carrying case. Of course, the template is ideal for working with guides and other Bloom products. For example, the T65000 model will help with the preparation of holes for safety hooks and pre-drilling for locks. But you will have to pay a lot for the Austrian quality. One mentioned template costs $39. A couple of years ago, firewood prices rose sharply in many European countries. For example, in Germany, a cubic meter of this fuel cost from $108 to $217. Against this background, a Czech firewood chopper would clearly come in handy for many Europeans. After all, who knows what the coming winters will be like? And so, for $74, you can quickly chop both dry and raw wood. Moreover, the movable part of the wood chopper becomes heavier. The MJ3 is a bit more specific. It is a grinding and polishing machine for stone workpieces, including granite. It is lighter than many analogs, weighing only 26 pounds, but it is equipped with a 3-horsepower motor and allows you to adjust the speed up to 8,500 revolutions per minute, selecting the optimum depending on the task. Since water is used in the process, the MJ3 has received a splash guard, and protection against electric shock is guaranteed by a GFCI circuit breaker. This machine costs $949. Do all the work at once, suggest the authors of CoilShot. This system was invented to effectively clean condensers, and we're not talking about electronic components, but heat exchangers. The CoilShot connects seamlessly to a garden hose. Thanks to innovative technology, it cleans not only dirt and grime, but also grease. Unlike many competitors, it allows you to do without 1 or 2 tablets of cleaning agent. For hard-to-reach places, the developers have kindly invented a 36-inch long nozzle. The CoilShot costs $102. The IML RZF turns your drill into a wood sclerometer. It's cool and expensive at $3,127. However, the buyer will be able to check both live trees and bridge supports, playground elements, and other wooden structures. The results are documented right on the spot and allow you to quickly identify, for example, rotten areas. A single 5A battery charge is sufficient for 50 measurements, which can be carried out at a depth of 20 inches. Want a smart laser ruler that fits in your pocket and guarantees accuracy of plus or minus 1 millimeter? Then Neo Ruler Go is built just for you. With one charge, this technological marvel will last for 10 hours. Straight or curved angles, it makes no difference. Just place the ruler on the surface. Units of measurement are switchable, so you can use miles or yards. Measurements can be dumped into the app with a variety of formats available, from DXF to TXT. The ruler weighs a mere 1.6 ounces and costs $49. The 3Decimo Multi-Pro is a complete pocket workshop. It will replace both complex tools like a 3D printer and soldering station, as well as simple tools like pliers and screwdrivers. The developers didn't stop there and made the Multi-Pro source code open source, which means that the final functionality is limited only by the imagination of buyers. You can put in a 0.01-inch drill bit, or a soldering iron that heats up to 490 degrees Fahrenheit in 20 seconds. Engraving, burning, cutting, this tool handles wood, plastic, carbon, and a variety of combinations. And the basic 3Decimo Multi-Pro kit costs only $69. The Rapid XP30 comes in handy when working with anchors, dowels, and other fasteners. It is indispensable when it comes to drywall and is suitable for fasteners in sizes from M4 to M6. The tool is good for small repairs on your own and for intensive professional use. One of the secrets to this versatility is the aluminum body, which always sits flush with the wall. The Rapid XP30 can be purchased for $25. Next in line are decorative rollers for concrete. Their creators should be applauded because now craftsmen are able to finish the work 5 times faster than usual. The rollers are made of polyurethane, so they give neat and stable prints. Sizes to suit all tastes. For example, the model RL 11611, which allows you to work under the brick, comes with a roller width of 11 inches. And to fix the result, it is recommended to use a stain. One roller costs $40. The systems from NetU are sure to appeal to tilers. The idea is to apply the adhesive quickly, evenly, and without overspending, either directly onto the floor or onto the tiles, as shown by the workers in the video. In the second case, the top version of the system allows you to adjust the width up to 31 inches and also comes with teeth ranging from 0.3 by 0.3 to 0.8 by 0.6 inches. All rollers are rubber, so the tiles are not scratched, and one tile is realistically processed in just a couple of seconds. The system costs $511. And this kit with the telling name Skyscraper will allow you to finally scrape the roof clean of debris and dirt. It costs $763 and offers 3 height settings, 23, 30, and 33 feet. It comes with 11 differently shaped scraper blades as well as a brush. It is, by the way, effective at fighting moss. The double head allows you to combine these accessories as you wish. Sellers are sure that the Skyscraper is a great option for professional cleaners as well, which likely explains the price. This is not a mutant table assembled in the garage from anything, but a serial workstation called Speed Bench. The Japanese company Ryobi has pleased us with it, and it's not without transformations. Speed Bench transforms from a workbench into a cargo cart. In the first mode, you can use a wooden tabletop measuring 42 inches by 22 inches, capable of withstanding up to 400 pounds. In the second mode, the load capacity magically drops to 300 pounds. It also features wheels with a diameter of 10 inches. The Speed Bench sells for $199. The Enar Vib Bar eBat is a cordless pendulum depth vibrator used for placing concrete mixtures. It weighs a modest 11 pounds, additionally stands out with reduced noise and vibration levels, as well as a full hour of work on a full charge. Complete with a charger and a 4A battery, the vibrator costs $896. This line of devices from Minova Tool will help in working with polystyrene foam. In essence, we are looking at a tungsten carbide chisel. It can either be used separately or connected to a construction or household vacuum cleaner through the provided insert. The ergonomic shape provides a comfortable two-handed grip, and because the system is cordless, there's no need to worry that a sudden movement will pull the plug out of the socket. These are the elevators offered by EZG Manufacturing. The entry-level model is rated at 34 pounds, and the top-of-the-line model is rated at 109 pounds. The T-shaped handle provides excellent control to keep tile and other elements perfectly level. The more powerful elevators are equipped with an N-shaped handle for easy two-person operation. In any case, each elevator comes with a set of special attachments. These include elements made of foam with a memory effect. Izojima Manufacturing states that the elevators reduce work time by 40%. Perhaps that's why even the entry-level model costs $634. These classic clamps are well suited for handling curbs, slabs, and other heavy loads. A typical model allows you to adjust the jaws to one of 3 positions and open them to 11 inches.